Okay, ready?
Yeah, how are we starting this?
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Hello friends! Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing packing plans and priorities. Yeah, that was a bit of a tongue twister for me. So packing plans and priorities. This is a video that we want to start doing before every single Walt Disney World trip that we take from now on, which is basically a video that's going to be telling you about what we're packing, what we're planning, and what our priorities are for this trip. So if you guys didn't know, we are headed to Walt Disney World in about 3 days. So excited. We leave on November 8th. So we'll be getting there on a Sunday. This is just a video to kind of like let you know what we're doing, especially because we are going during a pandemic.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
That's, yeah, pretty crazy, but we really wanted to go on this trip. We miss Disney desperately, and we're just ready to get back out there. We've been essential workers throughout the entire year, so we're just ready to escape and go to our happy place. So yeah. All right guys, now before we get on with this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below any questions that you guys might have for us, and hit that notification bell. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, do you want to lead us off with our first? So packing, what we're packing for this trip. Obviously we are going during a very weird time where we have to be very like cautious about what we're doing, what we're touching, covering our mouths, because we all know it's very important to be wearing your masks. Please wear your mask to Disney World. They are required. We are all for the mask, so please wear the masks.
Speaking of masks, we had a couple made from our mom's teacher friend.
Yes.
And she made the cutest mask, and we have some here to show you.
Yeah, we're gonna show you guys. So right now, as we've been watching videos, a lot of people have been saying to take tons of masks with you because you're gonna get sweaty, you're gonna get hot, it could possibly be rainy, and the last thing that you want is like a soggy mask sitting on your face all day. So we made sure to, we actually went out to Hobby Lobby and bought all this material ourselves, and then had them make masks for us. So really excited about all these. So
this one is Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's
super
so cute.
And like this is the way it fits your face if you want to get a little bit of perspective. So
yeah, there's some, they had actually made them in 2 different sizes. So we have ones that are a little bit smaller, and then we have some that are a little bit bigger. I kind of need like the wider one because I like it to cover my entire face. The smaller one's more fit Bella's face. Yeah, we got different sizes for the whole family. So that's really cool that they were able to make them.
I like mine a little bit more fit. So the bigger one's kind of just like, I don't feel like they're closed enough. So but this one fits pretty perfectly, so it's like closed around the edges and like down here as well. And
then we also had some made with like a Little Mermaid kind of like detail on them, so we're really excited to wear these and to have like these kind of custom masks to take with us. We also have some that are like Mickey Mouse.
And I think she just gave those to us, right?
She actually had this material herself. She went out to Hobby Lobby and bought it, and so I think that's really cool that she was able, and she made them for us so quick too. So I wish she had like an Etsy shop or something where we could like link her, but she's literally just making them like out of her home right now. I don't think she's really selling them unless like, you know, people are asking for them, but they're like really high quality. And we gave her these little like, what is it? These little like stretchy tabs. Yeah. We bought these off of Amazon. We literally gave her all the supplies for them, and all she did was just make them for us. And obviously she charged us labor because it was so important to do that. Yeah, she made us all these different masks. We also have the Star Wars masks that we're gonna be wearing to Hollywood Studios. We're really excited about these. They have like the Millennium Falcon on it. They say Star Wars. They're really, really cool. And then we also have these Winnie the Pooh ones that are really sweet. Then we also have all the other masks that we bought throughout like the entire year. So yeah, we have tons of masks to take with us. So hopefully we'll be able to switch some out as we need to, just in case it gets too hot, because we all know in the Florida humidity how bad that can be. So humidity.
So second most important item that we are bringing is hand sanitizer. So we're bringing this big bottle, and we have a ton of them, but we're also bringing little pocket-sized ones to take to the parks with us, just to refresh after we're touch anything, go on rides or and whatnot. So
we definitely wanted to take some hand sanitizer of our own, and the only reason we're taking something this big is because we're actually driving this time. So we were able to take this because we don't have to like check a bag or anything. We're driving. We're actually taking a few larger items that you wouldn't normally be able to take without checking into a bag because we're driving. So, and we felt like it was so important. This isn't the only bottle. Like we have about probably 3 more of these bottles that we're like keeping in the car, that we keep in the room, that we're like taking with us to like several different places, plus on top of the ones that we have like in our bags and in our backpacks and everything. So like we got enough hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Like, we definitely have enough hand sanitizer to make sure that we're clean. And then on top of that, I've heard that Disney has like several like hand sanitizing stations located around like the park.
So we'll definitely be using those.
We'll be using those. So we'll definitely be keeping as clean as possible.
Alrighty, so the next item that we are bringing is disinfectant spray and alcohol wipes. Disinfectant spray we will mainly be using for the room and the door handles that we will be touching.
It's best on like hard surfaces, so probably like wherever the counters are, like that, the handles on the sink that you'll be touching, and like the toilet and all that stuff. We'll be sanitizing pretty much everything. And I think we're also planning to like spray down the whole room before we all like really like enter it. I think we all kind of plan to just kind of like sanitize the entire room and sanitize everything, because we know that Disney's probably trying to be as clean as possible, but it hurts no one to take that extra step. So we'll
also just in case they come in and like clean, just like afterwards, just go in there and
kind of re-sanitize everything, just because we want to be as safe as possible, obviously. So yeah, we're taking that. And then
the alcohol wipes.
These alcohol wipes. So anytime that we like sit down somewhere or we have like dinner somewhere and we want to be safe about like what we're touching and what we're sitting on, we're gonna go ahead and wipe it down with these. These are some pretty strong wipes. We've already had another pack that we've used, and they say 75% alcohol, but I'm pretty sure they're like 100%.
Yeah, you open it and it's really
so like the alcohol,
potent?
Potent. So hopefully these will be working in our favor. So yeah, that's kind of like our plans as far as like what we're gonna do to make sure that we stay sanitized, along with taking like gloves as well. Like we want to take gloves on certain like rides that we go on to, so that way we can kind of cover up our hands. Like if we decide to do Buzz Lightyear, or we decide to do Toy Story Mania, or like maybe on Rock and Roller Coaster, we decide to like hold on to the handles. We won't be wearing them the entire time that we're there, but on the rides that we feel are going to be like have really high touch points and like have a high volume of people like going around and grabbing it, we want to go ahead and try to protect ourselves as much as possible. So we're going to carry gloves with us and just kind of put them on in that moment, and then take them off right as soon as we get off the ride. So that's kind of our plans as far as to keep us as safe as possible. If you guys have been to Disney at all during the pandemic and you guys have any other tips as far as like what you feel like helped you stay safe or helped you feel comfortable, please put them down below, because even though we have another 3 days going, I'm not sure if this video will be up before then because we procrastinate on editing a lot, but hopefully it will be. And then hopefully you'll be helping out your other friends that are in the comments below that are like planning to go to Disney and they're not entirely sure on what else they can do to keep themselves safe during the pandemic and in Disney World.
Alrighty, so as far as plans go, we are driving this time. I know the last few trips that we've had, we've flown, but because of COVID and the pandemic, we are really trying to be as careful as possible. So we're just going to refrain from flying this time and just, you know, take a drive. Why not? I don't mind the drive, honestly, because I sleep half the time.
Yeah, that's like it's about like a 16-hour drive from like where we are to Orlando. We'll be sitting pretty in a car for about 16 hours. So yeah, on average, that's about how long it's taken us. Definitely different from our 2-hour plane ride.
Yes.
An hour and a half plane ride, but it's fine. Again, it's in the name of keeping us as safe as possible and, you know, trying to be as healthy as possible. So also on this trip, it's our very first time staying at Caribbean Beach Resort. Yeah, and it's Bella's first time staying there as well. So.
I've never been on the resort before, so I'm really excited to see what it's like.
Yes, it's our first time staying at a moderate resort as well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we've never really stayed at anything higher than a value resort before, so this will be exciting for us. We've looked at a lot of like YouTube videos and tours of the property, so we're really excited to see like what it looks like in person and just to see like what the rooms actually look like and just to kind of have that like beachy feel, because it looks like it's going to be like very like tropical, and we're very excited about it because the whole reason for this trip is to just kind of like get away and like relax for a bit. Really excited about that, and the resort looks like the perfect place to be for that. So yeah.
So we are leaving Sunday, November 8th up until Thursday, November 12th. So I think that's like around five days that we're staying there.
Yeah. So we'll be driving all day Sunday and then driving all day Thursday. So really Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are like the days that we have to like be at a resort, go to a park, relax, and all that stuff. It's really a really short trip, and what sucks is that the drive time is what really keeps us from like really enjoying those last 2 days. But again, all in the name of being safe and just trying to be healthy and be cautious. So we are driving, and that's okay. So we still have 3 days to kind of like soak in as much magic as possible. But as far as like plans go, like what parks we're doing and what we'll be doing around like the resort and everything. So Sunday night we'll check in. Hopefully we'll be heading to like Disney Springs that night to go get like a bite of dinner or something like that, depending on what time that we get there. Sometimes we'll hit traffic once we hit Orlando. And that like usually will cut down on some of our time at the resort, like checking in and getting comfortable, just because I don't know. Somehow we always, every time that we drive, we manage to hit some kind of traffic.
We hit the same, like literally
the same traffic.
Same
and I think it was like
too.
around the turnpike. It's like when we hit it. Hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be heading to Disney Springs at night to go grab a bite to dinner or something like that. The next day we have reservations, like park reservations, because you have to make park reservations now for the parks. We have reservations for Hollywood Studios that day. The next day after that, we don't have any park reservations, so that's on Tuesday, and we don't have any park reservations. So I think we'll just be going to like Disney Springs, enjoying the pool, something like that, and just kind of like, you know, having a chill day. And then that Wednesday, we plan on going to Magic Kingdom the entire day. The park hours this trip are like not as long as they normally are, but they're still a decent amount of times.
Still be there pretty much like all day.
Yeah, Hollywood Studios is open 10 to 7, so at least we don't have to get up entirely way too early. And then Magic Kingdom is open, I think 9 to 8, 9 to 7, 9 to 8, something like that. So still a pretty long park day in Magic Kingdom. I don't know if we'll plan to be there really all day. It just kind of depends on what the lines are looking like, if we get tired, because this is more of a trip for us to relax and kind of like take a breather and just kind of like be there and just enjoy the atmosphere and not like be rushing around, because we don't have any fast passes to get to this time. We really just want to like, very interesting. So because we don't have any of those like fast passes, there's not like a huge rush to get anywhere. So everything's going to be kind of like going at our own pace, at our own leisure. So hopefully that helps us kind of relax a little bit, because normally on our trips,
we have like booked like fast passes. This one. So
yeah, so normally our days are like packed full from like the very beginning of the day when we get off the bus to like the end of the night when we're like headed back to the resort. Like,
so we're normally on like the go half the time. So this is gonna be a pretty interesting trip to see what it's like. Just kind of, because
I feel like there's so much free time now. Like we can do whatever we want without having any kind of like restrictions. So
I feel like
we'll see.
For me, like that's kind of like a good and bad thing, because I like having a plan, but at the same time I'm like, we've never had that before. Like, oh, like this is what we want to do at this time, you know? Like, we'll just see how it goes. So
we're pretty excited about that. But that's pretty much it for the trip. Sunday night we'll be driving into Orlando. Monday is Hollywood Studios. Tuesday is like a relaxation day. Wednesday is Magic Kingdom, and then Thursday we get up early to go back home. Sad. So sad. It's always so sad to think about leaving even when you're not even there yet. So as far as priorities for this trip, things that we want to make sure that we get done that have been kind of like on our bucket list of things that we wanted to do since the pandemic started and we realized that we weren't going to Disney World in a while. There's some things that we were like, okay, when we go back, we have to do this. And one of those things was
Rise of the Resistance, and mainly for our dad, because he's never done it before and he's such a big fan of Star Wars. And we've done it before in February in our last trip, and it was literally the most amazing thing, and we want him to see it so bad, because I think it would literally change his life. That's how great that ride was. So that's our main, especially for Hollywood Studios mainly. And I know they cut it back to how many groups they have. Hopefully we'll be able to get a spot on that. So
it was announced a couple of days ago. I can't remember when, but they are starting to do boarding passes that will drop at 7 a.m. for everyone, no matter where you are. You don't have to be in the park anymore. They just drop for anybody with a reservation on property. So that makes it kind of scary for us, because it's like at this point anybody has access to it so long as you have a reservation for the park. But still, it's like an all access kind of like to everybody. So fingers crossed that we get one, because this is so important to our dad, and we want to make sure that he sees this, because this is honestly one of the main reasons we're going. It is one of the main reasons. It's one of the main reasons we even talked him into booking the trip, because at first it was like, well, you know, we'll have so many X amount of future trips coming up in the next year or so, and you know, we'll get a chance to do it sometime soon. But once he saw footage from like Rise of the Resistance from like other vlogs, he was kind of sold. So he was like, I have to do this on this trip. Like, this is a must do on this trip. So like, pray for us, because we desperately need these boarding passes. I don't know what we'll do
I really want to see his face, because like I know like the way I felt when I was there, like I just want to see his facial expressions, because we're
big Star Wars fans, but like he could quote any line from the movie, like absolutely any line from the movie. So we really hope that we can do that for him. So another priority, something that we have to get done on this trip, is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Oh, I said that the first time. I said that right the first time. I usually always stutter on the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We have to get that done on this trip. We haven't done it at all. It opened after we came, I think.
Right after.
Didn't it open right before pandemic closed? Or the pandemic closed everything down?
I think so.
Oh my god, the beginning of this year is kind of a blur. I really can't remember when things opened and how and like when, because this year doesn't seem real to me. but
I had to.
I think it opened like right before everything had like shut down. So we haven't ridden it yet. Yeah, because we went in February and it hadn't opened yet.
It hadn't opened, no.
Yeah, so this Mickey and Minnie's opened like right before everything shut down. So me and Bella haven't ridden it. Nobody in our family has ridden it before. So it's so important for us to get on this ride just because I've seen footage of it and I think it looks so cute.
Yes.
It looks so adorable, and like even the pre-show and everything for it, like I don't know if they'll be having the pre-show anymore. I don't think that they will be just because of everything that's going on. But if I can see it, I'd be so happy. But even just to get on the ride, like we're just so excited to like see it in person and see the neon sign in person that everybody keeps showing pictures. That is one of the main things that we want to get done on this trip, or two of the main things is Rise of the Resistance and Mickey and Minnie's.
So we are going during the Christmas season, so all their like Christmas snacks will be out, and we did see, or I did see one that I really wanted to try, and it was like the whoopie pie. I think it was like red velvet with like some like buttercream. Was it buttercream?
I think it's like buttercream frosting
cheese
in the middle, or cream cheese frosting in the middle.
One of those, and I love whoopie pie, so that's just one of the ones that I wanted to try because it looked so good.
Okay, so one of the things that I really wanted to try this time around was something that I saw on Second Star Collective. I follow her on Instagram and I also follow her on TikTok, and she went to Disney Springs and she got the s'mores at the ganachery. And I've been eyeing this thing for a really long time, but she like did a whole video over it, and I was like, okay, this looks absolutely delicious. Like I have to go to Disney Springs and I have to get this treat this time around, because there are normally things that we say that we're gonna do during past trips that we're like, okay, we have to get the snack or we have to do this, and it never really works out. So this time I am getting myself the s'mores from the ganachery.
We've had Christmas snacks. Or not even Christmas snacks, just like seasonal snacks in general. Because I know we've been to one, we went in September. I don't think we tried many
no, when we went for Halloween last year, I think the most of the like kind of seasonal snacks that we tried was the burger at Cosmic Rays. Yeah, the Lotso burger at Cosmic Rays. And we didn't really get much else. So that's another thing that we wanted to try to do this trip, is just make time to do those little things that we always say we want to do. Like getting, seasonal treats, and we want to try to just kind of like take in those moments and like really do the things that we say we're gonna do. Because again, we are normally like go type of people. We never stop to actually do what we want because we're always on a strict time schedule. Even if it's vacation, we're like constantly trying to get somewhere, and we're like hustling. So we really want to try to do that this time around. I personally didn't like any of the seasonal treats that they had to offer this year. Everything that I looked into at Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, I just wasn't a fan of. So, but you really like red velvet. So.
I love red velvet. I mean, to be honest, it's just chocolate but red. But I still want to try it. So. But I know the s'mores, they carry year round. It's just that every single time we've gone, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this treat, and so it doesn't happen. So I'm getting it this time. So because we are staying at Caribbean Beach this time, Caribbean Beach is actually the whole central station of all the Skyliners. So everything kind of meets up right there in that central station. So it goes from all the resorts and to Hollywood Studios and Epcot and everything. So our plans hopefully is to go ahead and do the Skyliner during the day this time, because on the last trip that we were there, we took it at night. That was fun though. That was a fun experience.
Yeah, it was really fun. This one does not like the heights though. So
it was nice to see, because we had gone when the Epcot fireworks were going off.
That's true, we did.
So that was beautiful, but I was terrified the whole time.
Yeah, especially in the dark, like you really don't know what you're going over because it's like pitch black outside. So I'd like to do it during the day this time, that way we can kind of get like a view of like everything that's around us. So hopefully we can do that during the trip, and at least ride it a couple times, that way we like get the experience of staying at a resort that is a Disney Skyliner resort that has that kind of transportation. So, and the last thing on our list that we really wanted to make a priority this trip is to try Wine Bar George. So if you guys watch Tim and Jen Tracker at all, that's one of the places that they recommend a lot, is Wine Bar George. So we really wanted to try that. We've seen a couple of like videos and like food reviews over that, and that's one place that our mom really wants to go to because she loves wine, and it's just one of those places that you can like sit down, like have a drink at, have a couple like appetizers, and just kind of like unwind. You get it?
Really? I was like, yeah, for sure, and then I just got what you said.
So that's one of the places that we really wanted to try. We've seen like food and stuff from there, and everything just looks really delicious. We've looked over the menu, it looks like there'd be something there for everybody. So we can do that on our like day where we go to Disney Springs and it's more of an off day. We usually like to do a day where we get kind of like dressed up and we go out for dinner. Maybe that will be like our day where we get dressed up and we have a nice dinner, a nice sit down dinner, and just kind of like relax. Again, that's kind of like the whole theme of this trip, is hopefully just kind of like relaxing, waking up when we want to, doing whatever we want to do, and not being like tied down to anything. So yeah.
So one of the main merchandise or purchase that I wanted was the Disney Spirit jersey, because I don't have one yet. And I know Emma has one and my mom has one, so I kind of just wanted to be matching. Not the same one, because I know they have their Christmas, it says like Walt Disney, but it's like candy cane, looks like candy cane, and it's like an emerald green, and it's really pretty. I saw it on the commercial and I fell in love with it, and I was like, I have to have that one. So this Spirit jersey is a must do for me, because I always put off like shirts that I don't need or anything like that, but I for sure want to get it this time because I think it is such a cute shirt.
So that pretty much wraps up everything that we plan to do, our packings, plans, and priorities for this trip. So if you guys like this video about us kind of talking about what we plan on doing going to the parks, like what our packing is looking like what our priorities for, like what we almost kind of like a pre-review before we go, like those type of videos, kind of like giving you a breakdown of like what this trip is going to look like. Please let us know if you like this video, and if you like us doing sit down videos, because we plan to do more in the future. We'll have a haul coming up from the next trip or this coming up trip that we take, and then hopefully a review video, because of course we want to sit down and we want to talk to you guys about how this trip went for us. Once the vlogs are over, we'll have like a full review coming up afterwards. So stick around for that. If you guys have any questions for us at all, please feel free to ask. Follow us on Instagram. It's going to be like here somewhere, so you know, go follow us there, and you know, comment down below, send us a message over there, wherever. We love to communicate, we love to talk to you guys. So
like always, please subscribe if you have not already, and hit that notification bell so you can get a notification whenever we post a new video.
Yeah, all right, well thanks guys so much for watching this video. Look forward to the November 2020 vlogs coming out in like probably about another week or so. I look forward to all of those, and thank you guys so much for watching, and have fun and
don't get lost.
Bye guys.